Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to jump right into the world of engineering. What does it actually mean to be an engineer? And what does that path even look like? We're going to unpack all of that and show you how this field could be your ticket to creating some pretty amazing real-world superpowers. So let's get into it.
Now I know what you might be thinking. Superpowers? That sounds a little over the top, right? But honestly, it's not just a catchy phrase. It really gets to the absolute core of what engineering is all about. It's kind of like a mission statement. Engineers look at the world, see a limitation, and then build something that lets us push right past it.
I mean, just think about it. We couldn't always zip down the highway at 70 miles per hour. That ability? Engineers gave that to us. At its heart, engineering is this incredible art of using math, science, and technology as tools to solve problems. They're the ones designing and building the stuff that makes our world safer, more efficient, and just better. In other words, they give us superpowers. Okay, so how do you get these powers, right? How do you build that toolkit you need to actually start creating the future? Well, it all kicks off with your education. And for a lot of people, that's where the first big question mark pops up. And this is a really common fear. You know, you hear the word engineering, and your mind probably jumps to these incredibly complex math problems and head-spinning science concepts. Its reputation kind of precedes it, and yeah, it can feel super intimidating before you've even started. But here's the secret. The whole curriculum is designed like a ladder. You are not just thrown into the deep end, I promise. You start with the basics, foundational courses that give you the tools you need for the next step. Each class builds on the one before it, so by the time you get to those really advanced topics, you are absolutely ready for them. It's a journey you take one step at a time. So, once you've got that solid foundation, this incredible world of possibilities just opens right up. See, engineering isn't just one single thing. It's this huge collection of different fields or disciplines, and each one lets you create a totally different kind of superpower. And get this isn't even the full list. At most big universities, the variety is just massive. You could find yourself working on anything from rockets and satellites to sustainable farming or even life-saving medical gear. The amazing part is, you get to choose which kinds of problems you want to dedicate yourself to solving. Let's get specific. A biomedical engineer? They might be the one who gives a surgeon the superpower to see inside a patient's body using a tiny camera with just a tiny little cut. That completely changes everything for how quickly a patient can recover. It's a total game changer. Or how about this? A civil engineer. They can give an entire city the superpower of being protected from a flood. They're the ones building the huge infrastructure we rely on every day. The bridges, the dams, the levees, all the stuff that keeps our society running and keeps us safe. And then you've got bioengineers. They can literally help give humanity the superpower to feed a growing population. By redesigning crops to be more resilient or grow more efficiently, they're taking on one of the biggest challenges on the planet. It's just a perfect example of the kind of massive, real-world impact you can have. Okay, so you've forged your toolkit and you've chosen your discipline. What's next? What does your future actually look like? What kind of career can you really design for yourself with that engineering degree in hand? All right, let's do a quick little exercise in what I'd call engineering thinking. Imagine you're looking at some career data, trying to figure out your next move. Just taking a quick look at this, which of these two fields seems like it has better job prospects? Okay, so here's what's so interesting, and it teaches a really important lesson. At first glance, you might see that 7% growth for computer hardware engineers and think, yep, that's the winner. But a good engineer knows to look at the whole picture. A 6% growth in a huge field like civil engineering actually creates about 22,000 new jobs. That's way more than the 6,000 from the field with the higher percentage. The key takeaway, it's all about learning how to really interpret information, not just read the numbers on the surface. And you know what? That skill, that ability to analyze things critically, it's valuable absolutely everywhere. An engineering degree isn't some narrow, restrictive path. Think of it more like a master key. It can open doors you never even expected. Careers in medicine, law, business, all because it fundamentally teaches you how to think and how to solve really complex problems. Let's make this real. Meet Jamie. Jamie's a high school grad, super talented musician, loves playing the violin and piano, but is also thinking, hey, I need a stable career. So Jamie's love for music actually gets them curious about the science behind it. You know, sound waves, acoustics, all that stuff. And this unexpected little connection leads Jamie to start looking into a field they had never even thought about before: engineering. And here's the big reveal, the powerful takeaway from Jamie's story. Jamie doesn't have to choose between music and a stable career. A degree in something like electrical or mechanical engineering could lead directly to a job as a sound engineer, designing amazing concert halls or the next generation of headphones. The point is, your engineering degree can actually support your passions. It doesn't have to replace them.
All right, this brings us to our final section, and honestly, it might be the most important one. We've talked about the what and the how, but now let's talk about you.
Okay, let's just put it out there. Engineering has a reputation for being, well, hard. And there are definitely going to be times, maybe at 2 in the morning, staring at a problem you just can't crack, where that little voice in your head starts whispering, Am I really smart enough for this?
I really need you to hear this. Struggling is not a sign that you're failing. It is literally a sign that you are learning. Every single engineer out there, and yeah, that includes your professors, they have been in that exact same spot. Learning to do something new and challenging is supposed to be hard. Think of it like a workout for your brain.
And I want to leave you with this quote, because it's just so powerful and so true. Do not delude yourself into thinking that you aren't smart enough to be an engineer. You are. Seriously, don't let the challenge trick you into thinking you don't belong. You are smart enough. You absolutely can do this. That hard work is what forges the skills. So, we end right back where we started. Engineering gives you the tools to build, to invent, to solve problems, and to literally change the world. The only question left, and it's one only you can answer, is what superpower will you create?